This morning, like every morning, I open my eyes into a world that is new. I take a breath and remember I am still here, and that is enough reason to celebrate. This moment, right here, right now, is not small. It is not ordinary. It is a quiet miracle. My body breathes without effort. My heart beats without instruction. Life has whispered my name once more and asked me to return. I greet this day not with rush, but with reverence. I woke up for a reason, and that reason is life itself. This moment is not an automatic repeat of yesterday. It is a sacred arrival. I have never lived this day before. I have never breathed this breath, thought this thought, or touched this particular sunrise. Today is not a leftover, it's a fresh gift, softly placed in my hands. I place one hand gently on my heart, and I feel the rhythm of life inside me. There is nothing I need to earn to deserve this moment. My worth is not on trial. My being is not a problem to be solved. Life is not waiting for me to be perfect. It is already saying yes to me now. I say thank you, not because everything is finished or figured out, but because this breath is here, and I am here for it. Each morning is not a repetition. It is a rebirth. Gratitude, I've come to learn, is not something I reserve for when everything aligns. Gratitude is how I create alignment. It's how I become present. It's how I remember what really matters. It's the lens through which everything begins to soften. Some days, the mind may be noisy. Some mornings, worries may try to creep in before my feet hit the floor. But I remember, I have a choice in how I begin. I can train my first thoughts to be soft and kind, like sunlight breaking through the curtain. I can return to gratitude before anything else speaks. I do not wait for life to be perfect before I say thank you. And so I say, thank you, universe, for this day. Thank you for the breath in my lungs. Thank you for another chance to love and be loved. Thank you for the quiet possibility folded into this moment. I do not need to know what this day will bring. I simply choose to enter it with presence. I choose to trust that whatever meets me today, I am enough for it. I do not need to solve the world before breakfast. I only need to return to myself, to this stillness, to this truth. I am alive, and that is holy. I am awake, and that is powerful. I am aware, and that is beautiful. This morning, I do not make gratitude wait in line behind problems. I let gratitude lead. I let it soften my shoulders, deepen my breath, and open my heart. I let gratitude speak before fear has a chance to rise. I let gratitude remind me that nothing is missing right now. I have everything I need to take the first step, and the second, and the one after that. This is not the beginning of a perfect day. This is the beginning of a sacred one. And as I stand at the doorway of this new beginning, I choose how I walk through it. Not with stress, not with self-judgment, but with love, with awareness, with a quiet smile in my heart. This is not just another morning. This is my morning. and I claim it with presence and peace. Take a breath, place your hand over your heart, and softly whisper, "Thank you, universe, for this wonderful day." Edna, this morning, I remember that gratitude is more than a polite phrase or a temporary feeling. It is a vibration, a frequency, a way of being in the world. Gratitude is not something I turn to only when life is easy. It is how I invite ease. It is how I soften the tension between where I am and where I wish to be. Gratitude moves energy gently, wisely from fear to faith. When I say thank you, even quietly, even when it feels small, something inside me relaxes. The pressure lifts, the mind slows, the heart opens. I am not forcing joy, I am remembering it. I am watering the seeds of peace already within me. Every morning, I enter the garden of my mind. What I plant in these early hours shapes the harvest of my day. Some mornings, without awareness, I may begin with fear. What will go wrong? What haven't I done yet? Will it be enough? But when I become conscious, when I pause and breathe, I remember I can choose the seeds. Fear may have grown roots in the past, but I am the gardener now. I am not obligated to plant from yesterday's habits. I can reach for a new seed today, one of hope, of joy, of trust, of deep, abiding gratitude. I am grateful, and that is enough to change everything. When I plant gratitude, I harvest clarity. When I plant kindness, I harvest connection. When I plant trust, I harvest peace. And when I plant gratitude again and again, even when I cannot see the result, I know the garden is growing beneath the surface. The sun has risen again for me. That alone is reason to give thanks. The sky has not given up on me. The breath continues to enter and leave my body in perfect rhythm. My heart beats with unwavering devotion. Life is still saying yes to me. Right now, I feel the surface beneath my body. I am held, supported, carried by something greater than thought. The breath, my companion from the beginning, is still with me. I inhale and I receive. I exhale and I release. I don't need to earn the breath. It is mine simply because I exist. This is grace in motion, and when I pause to acknowledge this, I begin to see with new eyes. I begin to see with the eyes of love. Gratitude does not mean denying pain. It means refusing to forget the good that is still present. It means choosing presence over panic. It means looking at what I do have rather than fixating on what's missing. Even in seasons of waiting, even in moments of challenge, nothing essential has ever truly been missing. I have always had myself. I have always had this breath. I have always had the capacity to choose love. I place one hand on my heart and settle into the feeling of thanks, not as performance, not as escape, but as truth. Thank you, body, for all that you carry. Thank you, life, for all that you offer. Thank you, universe, for never forgetting me, even when I forget myself. When I speak gratitude silently or aloud, I remind my nervous system it is safe to soften. I do not need to brace for the day ahead. I am not walking into battle. I am walking into blessing. My words are seeds, and gratitude is the sunlight that allows them to grow. The more I notice what's working, the more life expands in that direction. And even when I can't yet see the full picture, I can trust this truth. Gratitude is enough to begin. Gratitude is enough to open the next door. Gratitude is how I come home to myself. Gratitude is how I turn resistance into receptivity. Today, I choose to cultivate this vibration, not once, but often. With each breath, with each moment of remembering, I strengthen the signal, and the universe, ever listening, responds. There is a quiet shift that begins when I choose gratitude. It isn't always loud or dramatic. It may begin with a deeper breath, a softened jaw, a gentle settling in my chest. Gratitude is a signal, one that tells the body, the heart, and the mind, you are safe now. While the outside world may still be noisy or uncertain, something internal finds rest when I say, even in a whisper, thank you. The breath slows. The nervous system begins to unwind its tension. The body, which has been scanning for danger, starts to receive a new message. We can relax now. We are supported here. Gratitude is peace wearing the clothing of words. It doesn't always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes it's as subtle as feeling the shoulders drop, or the mind quieting down after a long cycle of overthinking, or the belly softening after a night of restless dreams. Gratitude calms the systems within me that were built to protect me, but may have been overworked by stress or fear. It brings the body back into balance, gently restoring harmony between my inner world and the outer one. Every cell responds to this vibration. Science tells us that when we practice gratitude, brain regions associated with joy, empathy, and connection, like the prefrontal cortex, become more active. The amygdala, which controls fear, begins to relax. Cortisol levels, the stress hormone, lower. The immune system strengthens. Sleep deepens. Energy increases. But long before science proved it, the heart already knew. Gratitude is medicine for the body and soul. It is a spiritual vitamin I can take each day, not as a cure for life, but as a way of experiencing it more fully, as a way of meeting whatever is here with softness, not resistance. When I begin the day in gratitude, I am not ignoring challenges. I am aligning with the part of me that knows I can meet them. Gratitude says, I am not alone in this moment. It says, there is more available to me than I have feared. It reminds me that my wholeness was never lost, only overlooked. Even when I don't feel grateful right away, I can choose it. I can speak the words before the emotion has caught up. Thank you, life. Thank you, body. Thank you, breath. And well, this choice sends a ripple throughout my being, a ripple that eventually reaches every part of me that felt forgotten, anxious, or unloved. I do not need to pretend everything is perfect. I only need to remember that this breath is enough. This moment is whole, and I am allowed to feel peace here. The more I practice this shift, the more it becomes my natural state. The more I speak gratitude, the more my heart becomes a magnet for miracles. I create an inner climate of harmony that life responds to. From that place, clarity returns. I know which next step to take. My intuition strengthens. My relationships soften. I feel more present inside my own skin. Gratitude is not a task to check off. It is a returning to safety, a returning to self, a returning to the calm center of my being. I remember now that gratitude is always available, no matter what the world is doing. It lives in me. It heals me. It aligns me with the version of myself who already knows I am held, guided, and loved. There are moments in life when gratitude feels easy, and moments when it feels almost impossible. This section is not about the easy moments. It is about the spaces where life asks more of us, the waiting, the pain, the unanswered questions, and the long stretches of uncertainty where clarity has not yet arrived. Gratitude in these moments is not denial. It is devotion. When I choose gratitude while waiting, I am practicing faith. I am saying, I trust that something is unfolding, even if I cannot yet see it. Waiting no longer feels like punishment. It becomes a sacred pause, a place where life is gathering itself before moving forward. Gratitude in the unknown is courage. It is the willingness to stand without guarantees and still whisper, "Thank you for what is forming." It takes bravery to thank life before answers appear. Yet this courage shifts the inner posture from fear to openness, from bracing to allowing. And gratitude in pain, this is love in its highest form. Pain does not disappear when I say thank you, but it softens. It is dignified. It is seen. Gratitude does not erase suffering. It gives it meaning. It allows pain to move instead of stagnate. It says, "I acknowledge you, and I will not let you define me." In the darkest moments, gratitude becomes a candle in the dark. One small flame does not remove the night, but it makes the darkness navigable. It gives direction. It restores hope. Even the quietest thank you can illuminate the next step. I remember times in my own life when nothing seemed to be working, when prayers felt unanswered and doors remained closed. In those moments, I did not begin with grand affirmations. I began with a single breath and a single phrase, "Thank you." Not because I understood, but because I was willing. That willingness changed everything. Gratitude became a bridge between where I was and what was coming. It carried me from despair into insight, from confusion into strength. Slowly, suffering transformed into wisdom. What once felt like punishment revealed itself as preparation. This is how gratitude moves us from victimhood into empowerment. When I thank life even while hurting, I reclaim my inner authority. I am no longer waiting to be rescued. I am participating in my healing. Gratitude returns power to the heart. It says, I am not helpless. I am present. In uncertainty, gratitude becomes spiritual immunity. It protects the heart from bitterness, the mind from hopelessness, and the body from collapsing under emotional weight. It does not promise ease, but it promises resilience. Gratitude reminds me that even now, something is supporting me. Breath is still arriving. The heart is still beating. Life has not abandoned me. When I say thank you in hard times, I am not agreeing with pain. I am agreeing with life itself, and life responds. Not always immediately, not always how I expect, but always with movement, always with growth, always with a quiet assurance that nothing I am experiencing is wasted. Gratitude in waiting becomes trust. Gratitude in the unknown becomes strength. Gratitude in pain becomes love that carries me through. And in time, I discover that what once felt unbearable has become the very place where my deepest wisdom was born. This is the power of gratitude, not as a feeling, but as a choice. A choice to stay open. A choice to stay connected. A choice to believe that even here, even now, life is still working on my behalf. Gratitude is not something I visit once in a while. It is a relationship I choose to live in every single day. Like any meaningful relationship, it thrives through attention, intention, and care. It becomes stronger through simple, sacred rituals that remind my heart of what is already working, what is already beautiful, and what is already here. Each morning, before I check the phone, before I step into the swirl of the world, I pause, I breathe, I give thanks. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this bed that held me through the night. 1. Thank you for this new day that stretches out before me. This morning gratitude practice is not about having a perfect day. It is about setting the tone for the energy I bring to the day. Gratitude becomes the filter through which I begin to see the world. Softer, clearer, kinder. Even in something as ordinary as breakfast, there is space for gratitude. I thank the food, the hands that brought it into being, and the miracle of nourishment. Meals become moments of communion with life, not just consumption, but appreciation. Not just fueling the body, but feeding the spirit. As I move through work, I bring gratitude into motion. It is easy to feel pressure, deadlines, and demands. But when I pause and whisper, thank you for the opportunity to create, to serve, to grow, something shifts. Pressure turns into purpose. Tasks become chances to connect. The ordinary becomes meaningful. Gratitude transforms how I relate to people as well. When I silently bless those I encounter, even the challenging ones, I step out of judgment and into presence. Whether it's a coworker, a stranger in traffic, or a loved one having a hard day, I remind myself, I bless you, I release you, I wish you peace. These silent blessings uplift my own energy and clear the emotional air between us. Evening becomes another sacred threshold for gratitude. Before sleep, I return to appreciation. I do not need to recount a perfect day. I simply honor the moments that held grace. A kind word, a deep breath, a moment of laughter, a lesson learned. This evening, gratitude practice gently steers the subconscious mind into peace before rest. What I focus on before sleep imprints on my inner world, shaping the emotional climate I'll wake up with. Gratitude prepares the mind for deeper sleep, the heart for softer dreams, and the body for restoration. And then there is the practice of writing gratitude. This is not about making a list to check off. It is about embodiment. It is about feeling the words as they leave the hand and land on the page. I am grateful for the sunlight on the wall. I am grateful for the strength in my legs. I am grateful for the lesson that showed me what I still need to heal. When I write what I'm grateful for, I slow down enough to feel it. The act of writing turns fleeting thoughts into anchored awareness. It becomes a meditation, a celebration, a quiet revolution of presence. Gratitude is intelligent attention. It is not pretending everything is fine. It is focusing on what brings light, what brings peace, what brings healing. Attention is like sunlight. What I shine it on grows. If I constantly focus on problems, those grow larger. If I focus on small blessings, those multiply. It's not magic, it's alignment. And so, I build my days with gratitude. Rituals not because I should, but because they work, because they feel good, because they return me to the truth that life is already offering me more than I sometimes notice. Gratitude is not just a feeling I wait for. It's a choice I practice. It's a path I walk. It's a lens that reshapes the ordinary into the sacred. And in choosing it, I shape my world one breath, one blessing, one thank you at a time. There is a quiet, beautiful law woven into the fabric of life. What you focus on grows. This is not just a nice idea. It is a spiritual principle, a living truth. In every moment, I am creating not just through action, but through attention. Gratitude is not a reaction to things going well. It is a creative force, a sacred act of saying, I choose to notice what is already working. I choose to name the beauty. I choose to honor the good. This is not denial of pain. This is not spiritual bypassing. This is creation in motion. My attention is like water in a garden. Whatever I pour it on, whether weeds or flowers, will grow. When I spend my energy rehearsing what went wrong, what I don't have, or what I fear, I unknowingly feed those seeds. They multiply because I have watered them with focus and emotion. But when I pause, yes, even in the middle of a hard day, and say, thank you for this moment. Thank you for the breath. Thank you for the chance to try again. I redirect that energy. I pour light onto the garden of peace. Gratitude is not passive. It is the most powerful signal I can send to the universe. When I say, thank you, I am not begging or pleading. I am aligning. I am matching my vibration to that which I wish to continue. The universe does not respond to desperation. It responds to frequency.